Well, hello, everyone. How are we all tonight? I hope we're doing good. Um, Maybe we've got a couple people over from Mike's stream. Maybe we haven't yet. I don't know whether we got anybody watching yet. It doesn't appear so here on StreamYard, but hey, who knows? Um, but yeah, been a pretty good week for me. I had yesterday. I went to Employment Hamilton. I had a mock interview that went pretty good. Learned a little bit of stuff, um, and got some feedback. So going to be changing some of my answers a little bit, tweaking them a little bit towards what was asked. This Sunday, I'm going to go see a concert for my birthday, and I'm going with a friend of the female persuasion. So that is cool. And if everybody could like and share, and maybe when we get a few more people here, I might share a couple of videos. No, not trans. A woman who actually says she's a woman, wants to be a woman, doesn't try to be anything other than a woman. But I'm not sure whether I'd call it a date. To my persuasion. I don't know. Just trying to sound fun, fancy by saying that way. Also, Jedi Knight would never time someone out without the authorization from the High Council. And I guess I would be the High Council. But how are you tonight? Good night, Spoon. Um, I know I've paid for the tickets to go. I'm not sure whether she's paying me back or not for hers. I wouldn't be opposed to her not paying me back. I wouldn't be opposed to being an actual date. I haven't been on a date, I think, in like 25 years. Rick, you already said uh, you are the Sith Lord. I don't think you're. Well, if you're a Jedi Knight and you would never, also Jedi Knights would never time someone out with the authorization from the High Council, then, well, that's insinuating that you might be a Jedi Knight or trying to live by the code, and that I would be the High Council. But if you're saying I'm a Sith, then you would go against my wishes because you're a Jedi and not under the rule of this Sith Lord. But I'm not a Sith Lord, so I've never said I was a Sith Lord. Do I do live by a code? Yes. The question is, what is that code? Is it a good code or a bad code? And I know Alqua is wanting to pay to do the room. I think we need four people for that. So I was thinking um, the 27th of Thursday, the 27th, basically 3 days. I think we, I guess I've thought of it. I have a proposal to him, how can you, how can I live in your when you only people your club? What do you mean I only club? What club? I have a club, and there's lots of people welcomed here. Several people have wrenches. Actually, there is only one that has a moderating wrench. Actually, there might be two, but the second person probably can't use it anymore. Sith rule of two. Oh, oh yeah. By that logic, you want me to aspire to taking the throne for myself. Yes, that's if I was a Sith Lord, but I'm not a Sith Lord. I'm not even a Jedi. I'm a Fedi. No, I don't even know what a Fedi is. I've just made that up. Uh, I thought Elk would be here by now. We should put out an invite. Not that we've gotten anybody in the last little while. I put out a link. Hey, Elk, the power of one, the power of two, the power of number two. I've run out of ideas on where I can take this bit. Continue, continue discussing it. Well, I wouldn't say she's my girlfriend, not yet. Anyways, I would mind her becoming my girlfriend, of course. New accolade was tonight. I will watch it tomorrow. How many episodes is that going to be? Elk? Is that like just 6 episodes, or is it more? Or alternatively, now hear me out, Rick. You could go into detail about your mock interview and not be vague. Who is your new girlfriend? Well, I don't have a new girlfriend yet. I just was saying that Sunday I'm going to a Skillet concert for my birthday, and I am going with a girl, a woman, um, and I'm not sure whether I forget how it. Well, I sort of know how it happened, but I'm not sure whether I exactly asked her out. But she sort of agreed to go. So at the same time, because there's an organization I go to on a Christian organization that I go to on Wednesdays. They have a little bit of some music, and then they have a little bit of somebody doing a little bit of preaching. But she went to my church for a bit first, but she was going to this organization that I've been a part of on and off of for years. And we had found out the week before that this band Skillet, that I think she had just found out about the week before, existed. I'm not sure whether she might have known they existed beforehand. I'm not sure. I don't think so. But I happened to let her know that they were going to be in Toronto on the Sunday. And then I was thinking of going, but I had nobody to go with. I was going to be going because I would like to go because it's the day before my birthday. And I'm not sure whether I asked her directly at that point or whether she said, "Oh yeah, I'd like to go" or something to that effect. But I got the ticket. She said she had to check her schedule to see whether she'd be free for that night. And well, I texted her the next day to find out if she was, and she was. So I got the ticket. That's all set. I've heard of Jars of Clay. I do like them. I've also heard that they've steered away from Christ. They've said some things. Toronto, that's all the way on the other side of the country. Not for me. That's Toronto is like an hour away. Uh, 8 episodes. Maybe I'll go watch it after. No, she's younger than me by a couple more than a couple years, which is something that I want. I do like her and I fancy her a lot. But I'm not sure whether she feels that way for me or not. But hey, it'll be an hour ride there, an hour ride back to concert. Maybe I'll convince her to go out grab something to eat either before or after the concert. Depending whether she's hungry or not. A lot of more details are going to be cemented probably. Yeah, well, I'm not expecting anything like that to happen quite yet. Think elk. Um, because as Christians, we're not supposed to do stuff like that beforehand. I know it happens. Um, and I'm not sure whether if I got tempted and she got tempted, whether I'd be able to say no. But uh, she you eating? I don't know. I don't think I eat badly. Actually, technically, she probably has seen me eat before because at the thing where we see each other each week, usually, they do have some food. So, and we've ate at the same table before. Hello, undead. How are you? Uh, Not much. Just talking about a couple different things. Just don't blast her across the room into the couch. I feel like I missed some extra discussion while I was away. Where did you go? Good. I'm doing pretty good. As I was saying, a couple things that I said. I had a mock interview at an employment center that helps you do stuff. That went pretty good. I can go into that for people in a bit if they want. And I was discussing how next Monday is my birthday, and that the day before on the Sunday I'm actually going to be going to a concert with we'll say a female friend for now. Um, that I would personally like to see more happen. She's actually going to be picking me up and uh, driving us there. So, hey, Violet, how are you? Thank you. Uh, Undead. I do not know. I believe this is the first time Violet has been in the chat. Uh, Violet might know Undead. I do not have a girlfriend as of yet. Oh, maybe she means Undead's girlfriend. And then, of course, Undead says, no, not my girlfriend. Hey, Mike, how are you? Good to, not a bad show from what I caught tonight. Mike, pretty good. I don't have one, and I don't know who this is. Oh, okay. Uh, Maybe just somebody trying to troll in some way, shape, or form, which we don't mind too much on trolls. Oh, Rick, with your. I'm not sure whether that would be her thing. I don't know a lot of that. Okay, can we refrain from that talk in the chat, Violet? We try and keep this a fairly clean chat for the most part. We don't mind good natured trolls here. Yeah, that's no problem. You probably didn't know this is your first time here, so oh, uh, it's Aqua. Says Undead. Oh, I get. Did you try the three dots to see who it was? I guess Aqua's renamed their name. Oh, I'm not Aqua. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Nothing on the channel. So where they. It's, I recognize that speech pattern. So yeah, I guess to get into something different at the moment, I'll go over a little bit of my mock interview from what I can remember. I got a copy of the questions here, and she wrote down some points of my answers, so that'll give me a little bit of what I said, not maybe not precisely, and then maybe I'll go over a little bit of what she said to me, what not to do, or whatever. So the first question was, "Tell me about yourself," and I said, I'm a hardworking, creative individual with like a comic book business, but still need a job to pay the bills. I'm trustworthy, easygoing. I'm early on time, and I get along well with others, and that I've lived 50 years. um, and basically, she said to that, like I don't have to tell my age, don't give any financial, make sure I don't overshare or overshare the comics. I'm not sure. Speak about my skills from Cross Comics on my resume more. Basically, an elevator pitch about my work experience. So, you know, she liked some of the, like the hardworking, easy, creative stuff, but not to share too much personal or stuff. Restart, please. Headphones cut out. Okay, so this is about my mock interview, of course. I'm not sure how much you missed or whatever. Okay, later, Violet. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, the first question was, "Tell me about yourself," and I said, maybe not exact wordings, but close to this wording. Um, it's, I've got a copy of what she wrote down based on what I said, and maybe some notes for when we go over it afterwards. So with the telling me about herself, I said I was hardworking, creative individual, that I have a comic book business, but still needs a job to pay the bills. That I was trustworthy, easygoing. I'm always early or on time. I get along well with others, and that I've lived 50 years. Uh, confirm. Okay. I'll just say this at the moment then, Violet. Let's try and just talk about normal stuff or whatever. I'm not sure what's normal. I guess normal is different for every person, but we're we're not talking too much about sex stuff here. Yes, I talked about that I'm possibly going out on a date, but even that was we're not getting into any of what I going to do or not do, and hopefully, being a Christian, I'm not going to be doing anything like that because we're not supposed to marriage. So it's not too bad, like you don't know, but you don't know the rules of the chat necessarily. They're not explicit, but we try and respect everybody around here as much as possible. We try to have a good time. We don't mind good natured ribbing. We do that all the time here. Uh, Uh, yeah, she was saying I should mention my age too. Usually we talk about a variety of different things. This is a comic base. This is mainly focused on, we'll say, three things: comics, me, because it's my channel, and Christian stuff, godly stuff. So you can obviously talk about those things. You know, I guess movies could fall under that. Whatever movies are out. Sometimes we talk about those or TV shows. That might be popular. We try not to you know get into too much drama. Yes, we can talk about drama, but we don't want anybody getting upset over each other's opinions, because everybody has opinions and we're all entitled to our own opinions. So, but we like having fun here too. We, like I said, we can tease each other a little. Uh, oh, we know how to take a joke. Trust me, we joke all the time in this place. Uh, you know, and I myself, I try not to kick anybody or even time them out unless they've done something really bad and nasty. So tell four. Not sure who you're talking about for four for sure. Oh, maybe Good Night Spoon. Oh, I think he was trying to answer your question. Hey, Tim. But on to my. That's basically what I answered. And in our talking, she basically said, not to don't give my age, don't really say anything about my financial. Said possibly overshare about my comics, speak more about my skills from Cross Comics or my resume. Basically, it's supposed to be an elevator pitch about my work experience. Uh, 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 Avoiding this weird sex stuff. I can't wait for the terror for film. I can't wait. Suppose it to be like Christmas thing. Okay. The Terrific 3, Terrifier 3 film. Okay. I've never heard of that. So yeah, that's about it. So so basically, don't talk about basically needing a job to pay the bills and all that. Just I guess over some of my skills from my resume and my comic stuff. Hey Joshua. Uh, uh, I will look that up after, or I'll try to remember to look that up after Undead. Yeah, I'm talking. Well, I had a mock interview yesterday at the employment center that I'm affiliated with. So I'm going over the interview. My responses and some of what she said to my responses. And then If you want to know what maybe the undead is talking about, you might have to go a little bit up further in the chat. The second question was, I see from your resume that you own a comic book business. Why are you looking for employment? And of course, I said, it's not making any money. My mom was supporting me for quite some time. She recently died. Time for me to step up and be a man, support myself. Some jobs in the past have been successful, some not. Basically, what she said for that is, pretty much scrap all that and just say it more that right now it's just not financially sustainable, is able to financially sustain me at this time. So just keep to that basic idea and nothing else. I guess you can, but I've already said that the answer. Rick, this is a one time I will ever say this to you. Ignore the chat. I'm interested in what you have to say about the interview. I just don't know what the Terrifier. Oh, I was just saying about movies. Terrifier thing is, I believe, a movie. Tim. Did he? Okay, that was like for 30 seconds. Uh okay, Undead, I'll let you know for this time. Before you time somebody out, get the okay with me. I get why you did it, but Rick, I will go for okay. I will try. I'm just trying to make sure I keep the chat. I don't want. Okay, so, but I guess everybody can do. Anyways, okay. So you got the. He had a problem with some of the things you were saying and he's been warned. If next time if he times somebody out um without my permission, I will time him out. Uh, okay, so did everybody get the second question and my response and all that? That's actually wanting to listen to this. And just like you, he did not know that if he timed somebody out without my permission, that I have a problem with that. Unless it's an extreme thing where, it's a spam bot or something like that. That anybody has if there's an actual spam bot in the chat or somebody saying really nasty, we'll say racist type remarks, obviously people automatically have my permission to time those types of things out. Okay, so number 2 was, I see from your resume that you own a comic book business. Why are you looking for employment? Yes, that is. Um, well, it probably isn't, but YouTube will find it that. I know it's hard to say sometimes. So I'm just going to, for now, I'm going. Oh, thank you, Good Night Spoon, for deleting that comment. Yeah. Although technically we're asking a question, but I was about to delete the comment myself. Okay, so anyways, to that number two question, if you caught, hopefully you caught that. It says, I said it's not making any money. My mom was supporting me for quite some time. She recently died. It's time for me to step up, be a man, support myself. Uh, some jobs in the past have been successful, some not. And basically, she said, for the most part, scrap almost everything I said there. Basically, just bring it down to it's not financially, it's not able to financially be sustainable to sustain me at this time. Just keep to that, nothing else. Yeah, I know, whacked. Good night, Spoon. Maybe it's because he put the quotes around it. I don't know. And I guess you completely agree with my employment count or the mock interviewer. Okay, did you get that, Good Night Spoon? I take it Elk got it. Well, right now I'm going over my mock interview. Don't bring up any of those number two answers. Yes, okay. Okay, then I'm going to go on to number three. Hey, yeah. Number three, what are your short term and long term goals? I said for short term is acquire employment, obtain uh, and obtain housing, uh, obtain housing as I'm just staying with my cousin at the moment um, because of stuff from number two, my mom dying and all that. And then I said long term is to get my comic book business up and running. If not, then to be gainfully employed basically for a long time. And she basically said, for the short term, it's pretty good. Just don't share about the my cousin staying with my cousin, and maybe just put in the field of whatever I'm doing. To like say I'm applying to a customer service job to be employed in the customer service industry. Yeah, that's what she said, not mentioning the housing difficulties. Although they're not really difficulties at the moment, in my opinion, but I got it. My problem is, I think I overshare sometimes, and that's, I think, a part of it. I overshare part of my personal life a lot in this, a bunch of places, and that's, don't share that, is basically one thing that she mentioned, definitely. For the long term, again, she said about not really saying about getting my comic book business up and going because they want to be able to think that I might be there 5 or 10 years and whatever. But just to say about my gainful employability for long term, I'd stick with gainfully employed. No employer unless you're planning to leave before you're hired. Yeah, Hey, Beluga, how are you? Uh, yeah, and again, that's Good Night Spoon. That's basically something that she said, and I get it. So that's where I'm, you know, a lot of, like I said, she went over a lot of this stuff with me. So a lot of what you guys might be suggesting, she's already suggested. I'm gonna basically say what she said, and I'm pretty good. We're just going over a mock interview I had about looking for employment and what I said and what the employment counselor said that was good or bad or and how we could. Oh, there's 16 questions in total, Elk, and we just did number 3. Okay, so number 4, what are your greatest strength? And I said I'm punctual, honest, hardworking, easygoing, calm. Part of this, I'm not sure what I said or meant or whatever. I said because I'm gonna read how I read it here, but it doesn't make sense to me. This part. Hey, Alpha. What did you miss? Well, we're going over a mock interview I had yesterday with employment counselor at the employment center that I'm getting help from. Basically, what the questions were, what I said, and basically what the mock interviewer said after we went through the interview. Said, "Okay, I like this, I like that." What she liked and didn't like about my answers, and basically how to change them. And then we also talked about the fact that I talked about next Sunday, I am going to see Skillet. Yeah, yes, it was a woman and very pretty, I must say too. Uh, but also, like I said, next Monday is my birthday. I'm going to see Skillet the day before, and I'm going with a pretty girl that I like. That I'm not sure whether it's a date or not, but I'm going with her. It's just the two of us, so there's all that. I wouldn't say I got a girlfriend, but no, there's 16 questions. I was just answering the few people. I know you want me to get through this. Good night, Spoon. So the fourth question was, I'm not sure whether you heard it. Yeah, go with Flo. That's what I'm going with. Basically, she agreed to go with me, so that's good. Not as necessarily a date. I don't know. I've paid for the tickets. I'm not sure whether she's going to be paying me back for hers or not. I don't care one way or another. Um, Anyways, the fourth question was, what are your greatest strengths? I said punctual, honest, hardworking, easygoing, calm. And then something's written here that I'm not quite sure what it means. And so I think I I've been, I don't know how. So don't react to this next sentence I'm about to read. Can't Because it looks like can't get out of like at work. I don't know what I mean by that. I might have to ask her what that chicken scratch is, because it's only one thing that I've seen. So I don't know what I meant by that, because from whatever it sounds like there, doesn't sound like something I'd say. So uh, she met how yeah, I'm beginning to understand the meth obsession. Uh, where did you meet her? Through church, and then she hasn't been going to the church that I've been going to a while, but through organization that I've been a part of called the Living Rock, which is a Christian organization that helps youth that she's been involved with lately. Uh, I've been going there on Wednesdays. They have a thing that anybody can go to. So because I knew she'd be there, I started going. Although I was told by the guy that's in charge that I could go. I'm fairly good friends with him or good acquaintances. So last week I just happened to mention that Skillet was going to be around, and that I was interested in going to see them, but I didn't really want to go by myself. And it was going to be my birthday the next day, so. And I'm not sure whether I actually asked her or she said, "Oh yeah, I'd go." She'd have to check her schedule, And I texted her the next day to see whether her schedule was free. She said she was free in the evening, and got the tickets. Blah blah blah. Hopefully that answers that. Okay, so anyways, on with the rest of my answer to question 4. And I said I know when to be serious or joke around. I know how to prioritize. Um, and basically for that, she said it's best just to focus on 3 and why. She liked most of my answers, if not all my answers for that. It's just I needed to be a little bit more concise. We came up with uh, basically we came up with a few, and a couple that would be interchangeable depending on the job that I would be going to. So we came up with attention to detail, prioritize, creative, customer service, and teamwork. So I need to go to those and give maybe an example of how I've actually done those or how that applies, how they are strength or whatever to that thing. So has everybody that wants this got number 4? I'm saving Works YouTube channel from cancellation by YouTube. Oh. Okay. Okay, good night, Spoon. Why did you time Tim out? I can't see anything that he really said nasty here. Closest thing is maybe with the damn word. Paul, I thought you said anything YouTube doesn't like can be done out like that. Well, I was thinking more extreme cases, like the one word that one person said, Violet said, around those cases. Yeah, I know it's the other word after. I'm trying not to say that the word after, although I don't really. My video over you. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna have to quiet down a little bit, guys. Hopefully, you can still hear me. I was just getting a little bit loud for my cousin. But yeah, I know it was the second word. Oh, we're going with it. Although I don't have a problem normally saying it, but sometimes YouTube might not. It's hard to say. But okay, did everybody hear the question? What number 4 was? My answer, and basically the solution that the lady said, or what we came up with. Okay, we got Illuminati is suing people who said it. Okay, Elk said yes. Good night, Spoon. Did you hear about number 4? The answer and all that. I did. Okay, number 4 was, what are your greatest strengths? I said punctual, honest, hardworking, easygoing, calm. There's a sentence here that I really can't make out what it's supposed to be, so I'm going to skip it. Yes, it does. And I said, knowing when to be serious. Then after that line, that I'm not sure quite what it was. I read it earlier, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. So I'm not going to read it this time. I said, knowing when to be serious or joke around, know how to prioritize. Um, and then she just basically said that I only need to do like about 3 and tell them why it is my strength. So we came up with a few, some that I could interchange, like do 3, like depending on what I'm applying for or what I'm being interviewed for. And like if it's a warehouse job versus customer service, I might want to we put down attention to detail, prioritize, creative, customer service, teamwork. Like if I'm doing a warehouse, if I'm interviewing for a warehouse job, I probably don't need to say customer service is one of my greatest strengths because it doesn't really apply. But overall, she liked what I said. I rambled a bit, just trying to get to something. So that is number 4. So number 5 is what would you consider to be a weakness or an area that needs improvement? And then I said basically I have a tendency to second guess myself or third guess myself, especially when it comes to new tasks and learning the new tasks. Hey Samantha, how are you? You would do well in customer service. I know, stubborn. But yeah, I said, that's I think what I said, basically what I said, and then she's like, one thing that I have to think about is how to overcome that. She liked that answer and talk about overcoming it, how I overcome it a little bit. Oh, you're trying to say stubborn is my weakness. Okay. Uh, and Samantha, we're just going over a mock interview I had yesterday through my the employment service I'm using, um, or employment center that is helping me to do better in interviews and make my resume better and all that. I'm also still, yeah. Okay, so she said, question 6 was, what does providing good customer service look like to you? I was told not to be stubborn for a little while. Yeah. And I said, being, uh, I'm having a hard time reading her writing. I know someone who works as a job coach. Oh, cool. Being available, I think it is, to the customer, showing them where products are in the store. She added that, so that's my basic answer, and but she added that I should add like listening to the customer to be able to better respond to their needs and that whatever they might be. So I guess I was thinking as customer service and more an associate, on the floor, where I guess you'd have to listen to the customer to show them what they're looking for, obviously. But you know, if you're behind a desk for customer service, I guess it depends on where you are doing the customer service. So I need to add more in just based on that. And this is me just adding that last little bit in based on just talking to you guys right now. So that was basically number 6. Number 7 was, how do you maintain a professionalism when dealing with a difficult customer? Can you give an example? I said, I remain calm, and basically say to myself, they're not frustrated to me, but rather the system or situation. And that I said I couldn't recall a situation specifically, and I think she said to be adding to, again, listening to them and find a solution. Customer service calls for 2 things: problem solve for customer, to empathy and express your empathy for customers' needs. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it depends on if you're at a till doing customer service, in checkout, or say you're at a bank or something like that, and you're um, the teller. That customer service is different than the customer service of an associate. Okay, later, Undead. Sorry about all the problems earlier. Okay, and have a great day. God bless. Versus customer service as, a stalker or an associate walking around restocking or whatever. I guess it depends on where you are in the store and what you're doing. You know, customer service is, it's the same, but how it directly affects you, because you're most likely not going to get in some sort of heated debate over something for a customer if they stop you in the middle of an aisle and ask you where something is, right? Compared to being at the till and something goes wrong, or at the desk where they're returning something or exchanging something, you know. And I guess I more think, because although I should think about the cashier position because I've applied for that, but that customer service position, the customer service in that position as well. Although I guess it's because I've been mainly asked, you know, questions about, oh, if a customer wants to know where something is, what do you do? Okay, so is everybody caught up with number 7? Get are we? Oh, oh shit! Well, that is going to be brutal. What's going to be brutal? I have an idea after you get to the list. Yeah, oh, well, I'm already starting to type this out on my computer. I'm typing up my response, and then I'm typing up basically what I said, the correction that needs to, or going to type up what the correction needs to be done, and then typing up a basic new response. Yeah, Rick has no problem wrangling the chat. He can deal with customers. Anyways, number 8 was, how do you prioritize tasks and manage time effectively and get things done? I said, look at the tasks that need to be done and do the most important ones first. For example, I gave an example of my personal life again about what I've just recently been through and how I had to prioritize, getting my mom buried, cleaning out, getting the apartment packed up, and stuff in the storage and all that. And she said again, not best to use the personal thing. So we came across a couple ideas that I can use my cross comic stuff for. Um, yes, it was. Uh, so I guess in all the various tasks that need to be done to get a comic together, get it out and shipped out to people. And then she put a question, I think, to me that she asked me, what strategies do you use to stay on top of things? So something else to think about in giving my answer. So that was question 8. Question 9 is, what do you what do you do to avoid errors in work? And can you give an example of a time when you had to? Did she elaborate? Oh, you mean with the question of what strategies to use to stay on top of things? She might have, um, or we might have done that together. I didn't put any notes on that because it's supposed to be something that, strategies that I do to keep on top of things. And she probably asked that of me, and I probably said something. We probably came up with something. Again, it's probably in with the comics. Probably in just thinking about my comic stuff or whatever example I use for cross comics, and prioritizing getting the books done. That might come out hopefully. I'll definitely have to think about that in doing my thing. So I didn't write anything down about it. So specifically, because like I said, I gave myself some generic notes. So maybe next Tuesday we can go over my corrected answers. I'll write something down for my corrected answers. Hopefully, I've gotten that far. I can't see why I haven't. I've got all the questions done up. I'm in the middle of writing these answers, and I'll probably finish writing the answers at sometime tomorrow. And then it's writing writing the corrections that need to be done in these things, and then me coming up with a new answer. And then it's me memorizing, for lack of a better word, memorizing. Well, I'm just saying, share this stuff with you guys the corrections and all that next Tuesday. Anyways, question 9 was, what do you do to avoid errors in your work? Can you give an example of a time when you had to work on something that required a high level of accuracy and attention to detail? I said about double checking my work, my use spell check, grammar, Grammarly, stuff like that. Check sometimes, triple check. My weakness can sometimes be, and she liked this that I put in, that sometimes my weakness can be a strength in the respect that in the comics, making sure that there is no mistakes and learning from my mistakes. We need a list of oversharing personal stuff. Never mention your mother or living. Yeah. I know that already. Guess what? All I needed to be told is that, and I already know not to mention politics and something like that too. And actually, I know in that thing there, although she didn't write anything, I referenced Superman because a lot of people, there's the question that's been asked sometimes, what's Superman's greatest strength? And a lot of people say, all his various superpowers, right? If you ask, it's his caring. He cares for people, but although it's his greatest strength, it's also his greatest weakness in the sense that, villains use it to, put somebody in danger to get away. He rescues the person, the villain gets away. I put that in there. She didn't write that down, but I remember saying about that. And again, like I said, she liked a lot of that. So my only note on that was use comics. Again, she liked the double, triple checking and all that stuff. And how I think I said about because of you got to make sure the artwork is good, all the lettering is good, and all that sort of stuff, because you don't want to make a mistake. Although I know I have, but I've learned from those mistakes too, that the next time this doesn't happen, I self-correct it the next time. But she liked how I tied my weakness in there and how that it, in a way helps me. So it's not, it becomes my weakness actually becomes a strength, not a bad thing. It becomes a good thing rather than a bad thing. Okay, so that is that one. That was number 9. So number 10. Let's say you feel you have been unfairly criticized by your supervisor. How would you handle it? Um, I said I'd try to do better in whatever area I was criticized, and then because I figured that wasn't enough. Oh, double checking, doubting myself again here. Really, I did some research a while back on the best interviewing practices. Did she mention anything about trying to open about open-ended questions back to the job? Okay, I'm not sure what you mean. They're a good night spoon. But basically, I said gently tell them I believe they're wrong, but I would continue to do it their way. And she basically said it's probably not a good idea to say that last part. And I could agree, like I said, because I thought she'd want more. I said more. But basically, she said something about saying about it depends on the situation. Like if it's a minor thing or major thing or whatever, like depending on how like um how major the topic was to me or whatever. I guess the best way to put it would depend on whether I just stand up for myself or something to that effect. But instead of um say speak to them, just have a conversation. That's basically what she said for that, or what I got out of it. So, or speak to them on the specifics of their complaint, their criticism. Get more details on it if it, especially if it's a major thing that I feel I have to talk to them that I think they're just way off the mark or whatever. But not to tell them you're wrong. But if it's like a minor thing, like how I'm sweeping, I'm doing it left to right when they want me to do it right to left or something like that. You take the criticism and you just do it the way they want. You do it the right to left. And then you put no R. Okay, I did some research a while back on the best interview practices. Did she mention about tying or tying open-ended questions back to the job? Oh, I don't think so. No, try no R. Okay, that's what you meant. No R. Okay, I don't think so. I can't think of anything that makes that sound similar. Okay, so that was number 10. Toe the line and learn the do's and don'ts of what you can say. Yeah. Number 11 was what do you think it means to be a team player? And before I read this, she loved my answer. She had no real criticisms for this answer. I said working together, supporting, helping each other, uh, not to get into people's way, help others get their tasks done. I've had to work with various artists, writers, etc., with my comic business. I probably went into a little bit of detail there. Like this, she gets the gist of what I've written or said. So she liked that answer completely. So number 12 was, can you tell me about a time when you worked well as part of a team? Give an specific example. And I said, when I worked at Leverage Mall as a night cleaner, I worked with a team of 5. If someone didn't show up, we'd have to pitch in extra to make sure all the work got done, and we always got it done. You were Shanity. So again, I think she pretty much liked that answer because I didn't put anything down for that uh, for correction. So I think that was basically it for that. So next we have 13 is, can you tell me about a time you had a disagreement, conflict, or disagreement with a coworker and how you handled it? And I said, be courteous, try to work well with them. You can't let it impact the work. I can put aside my feelings and do my job. And we did. The thing is, we wanted more of an example, and the basic. Although we had a hard time and it wasn't the best fit, but the thing that came up was that I actually went back to uh, a, something that happened with John quite some time ago. Goodnight Spoon, you might know this. When we did, no, it was before this. When we were supposed to do an anthology, a horror anthology, me, Dillard, Tank, Good, Good Dog Press, and Good Dog Press. I think Good Dog something. And we got some others in on it too, but I said about using that, and it's about how we were all supposed to be on the project together, and that I've got to use the right wording on when I do this, of course. Um, uh, yeah, I can't put my feelings in this idea. Maybe I've had years of practice, but and like I said, I was one of the first people on the project. Brought me in. Dillard knew my skill level, and then I ended up getting taken off the project. And I could have been very bitter and nasty or whatever, but I wasn't. I put my feelings aside for the most part. Yeah, I had a little bit off air about it. But now, as most of you know, me and Dylan have become very good friends. He's helped me out on quite a few things, and Canadian Shield One had a lot of his help, as well as Snowdrift Number One. So, you know that if I wasn't able to put my pride aside or whatever you want to say, you know, I wouldn't have had his help. There were a couple of people that told me to kick him to the wayside, and I didn't listen to him because he was a friend or whatever, colleague, however you want to say it. And the people that said about that, they're no longer really in my life now, and he still is for the most part. So, you know, I have to be a little bit more concise with that. I'm just being a little bit not so concise here. Anyways, the 14 was, can you tell me about a time you faced a problem or challenge and how you were resourceful in finding a solution? And she just puts, I used the same example of Lagrange Mall as a cleaner. Supervisors that told me what to do when somebody called in sick. Although she didn't realize that I had said that I thought of the idea. Supervisor that day was a little bit incompetent. It wasn't the regular supervisor. It says the assistant supervisor. And she's just basically think of a better example. We weren't able to at the time, so I've got to think on that one a little bit more. So, because in a lot of ways, I don't think I've really had many problems or challenges I faced in that sort of way, in a work related way, that I've had to come up with a resourceful way of resolving it. I suggested about um, something with Indiegogo, but uh, I can you can think of one for me or for yourself. Okay, for me, what? Remind me. I didn't say now. Give me time. I have an old man. Oh, just the way you said it, I can think of one. It made it sound like you had one at the top of your tip of your tongue. Okay, so question 15 was, why should we hire you? And I just said, I'm punctual, dependable, I get the job done. If I have any problems in a coworker, I won't let it affect my job. Uh, I can work by myself or in a team, and I work till the job is done. And that one again, she liked. I don't have any notes that are written down for that, so well, it's not like I'm going to tell you to talk about. Yeah, I don't think that'd be a good one to talk about, and I don't think that's the type of challenge to talk about either. And of course, the last question was, "Do you have any questions for me?" And well, I said, "Well, normally in that case, I would ask the question of, when should I know by? Whether I'm going on to the next step or whatever." But you can't really answer that question because this isn't for a real job. uh, uh, and basically, at that point, it was ended, and we went over all my answers. And at this, she did give me a couple other ones to possibly ask for that last one. Like, if selected, what are the next steps? And then possibly, I know she said a couple other ones too. But and then, what is a day like for the job? That's a lot of times those questions are already answered technically when they tell you everything in the about the job and all that. So that was basically the mock interview. Any other thoughts or questions, people? You can ask about the work environment. I wrote that down. But they can lie about that. Oh, sure. Of course they can. Uh, oh, yeah, so I'm not sure what else. Oh, you know what? Before we go on, my cousin's done another video that she's had 3 songs up now. You know what? I'm gonna play one, and then I will give the link to it. So I'm gonna go black here for a second. I might actually play all 3, but this is the latest one. I'm gonna play all 3, but this is the latest one, In the Garden. Oh, they haven't said it. They haven't said anything yet. I just started playing it. Well, it's probably about halfway over now, but no, I muted me. Well, actually, no, I didn't mute me on the right spot, so they hear me talk. Like, oh, you can't hear it? Oh, I couldn't hear it. Okay, let's start it from the beginning. Should be able to hear it now. Stop. Okay, can you hear it now, guys? Oh, okay. Let me playing it through OBS. Maybe that's why. Okay, so that. Okay, so let's. I was hoping I could just play it through OBS, but that's not working. So let's see. Present. Okay, so I should be able to hear it this
I
time.
walk to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice that I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the love we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet that the birds hush their singing, and the melody that it gives to me within my heart is ringing, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the love we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Yeah, the love we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Hello, I'm Anita Chapel. And it's
Yeah, it'd probably be better volume if you watched it directly from her channel, which I'm gonna get a link for right now. So as I was saying, she's got three songs up there. I'm not sure who Ben Schwartz is, or so if you guys, if you like this sort of thing, oh, let me. Go over, subscribe, maybe like the videos, listen to it. Um, there's, like I said, she's got three songs up there. She's got Amazing Grace, In the Garden, As the Deer Pants for the Water. This Friday, we're going to be putting up her own original song, uh, The Girl Behind the Wall. So, yeah, if you like that stuff, go over there, subscribe. Hopefully, we're going to be getting three songs up a week for her. We're going to be doing recordings on Friday and then putting them out from there throughout the week. Um, you know, well, we're going to probably try and record all three songs at the same time. That way, then I have a week to record them. As she gets more subscribers, we're gonna probably set up a Patreon for her, and add stuff in like right now none of them have lyrics on, so maybe do the Patreon, you get the ones with lyrics on them. Add it. We'll add those up onto thing, or maybe special time we'll add ones. Like when she gets 100 subscribers, we'll add like Amazing Grace with all the verses, because it doesn't have all the verses. It's 5 minutes long and it doesn't have all the verses. That you think 3 a week is a lot? They're only like 2 or 3 minutes long, most of them. Well, so far, anyways. The Amazing Grace was like over 5 minutes. We're gonna try and do mainly stuff that isn't copyrighted, but we might do, or she's going to try to. I say me just because I'm doing the editing. It's recorded on my computer. I do the uploading and all that. Not that sometimes there's a lot to the editing. Sometimes it's not. That's more than professionals do. You think that rate is sustainable? Um, right now, like I borrowed a couple hymn books from my church, and like between the two, I'm sure there's probably a lot of overlap, but between the two, there's over 1,000 hymns. So maybe even if half of them are overlapped, you're looking at a minimum of 500 hymns there. So, and then there are so many Christian songs and choruses out there that she could do too that aren't in those hymn books. And it's not like the recording she's doing is, it's not that professional. Like we sit here for, depending on how long it takes her to record a song. We sit here like this week. We last Friday we sat here for about maybe 15 minutes. We ended up not taking the one of them down, and we ended up having to sit here maybe about 20 minutes to do the In the Garden one, because it replaced a different one that she tried to do. That we had to correct a couple things with, but didn't quite go. The corrections. That's 333 weeks. Yeah, you're talking for 1,000 even. Like there's over 1,000, but still 333 weeks. Divide by 52, right? 2 years, 4 years, 5 to 6 years.
Did they like my song?
Oh yeah, they loved it.
Right on.
That's 6.41 years. So, is it sustainable? I think, and that's if it stays at that rate, and then that's not including some of her own original songs, although she's only has I think 3 or 4 of those. There's another friend of ours that we're no longer in touch with. Um, he has a couple original songs that we know that we might know that we might be able to get the. Well, she would know most of the tunes, and I might be able to get the words too. Uh, that adds a few extra songs. Not much, but so. Okay, am I ready for your idea? I guess so. I might have to brace myself. I might have to batten down the hatches. Supermarket simulator, power wash simulator, landscape simulator. You can practice jobs from the comfort of your own home. Yeah, I think I've heard of those, haven't I? They're actual games, right? I'm not sure. I might have done one or two of them. I'm not sure. Although I've thought of the landscape and I wanted to, the only problem with landscape, at least around here, is a lot of them want you to have your own vehicle so you can get to the job site yourself instead of you go to one place and they drive you around or whatever, drive a whole bunch of you around. But on Indeed, like retail, like let me bring this up. Indeed has these assessments you have to take every so often for different places. On food safety, I've scored proficient. Attention to detail, I've scored proficient. Retail customer service, I've scored expert. Customer service, proficient. Customer service situations and orientation, I've just scored complete. So that's weird. It says customer focus and orientation. So I might actually redo that one soon if I can. Super easy to get the Excel endorsement, by the way. What is the Excel endorsement? Oh, they are, but someone pointed out recently that games have become the jobs we escape. Become the jobs we escape from by playing games. Okay. Short quiz to prove you can do Excel sheets, like Excel sheets, like Word Excel as in Word Excel Word, whatever. I think you know what I mean from Microsoft Office. Well, do you know how you get that test or quiz or whatever it is for the Excel endorsement? Because I wouldn't mind doing that because I've seen that on a few, and then like I know I've used Excel a few times. I've used spreadsheets type stuff in the past and I'm all right for using it, although I haven't used Excel personally a lot. Word is a separate endorsement, but yes. Yeah, but I say Word Excel because I mean it's all part of Microsoft Office, although they're their own individual programs. I'm thinking LinkedIn, ignore everything he said. Okay. Yes, I guess the supermarket simulator I'd definitely be up for. Well, I'd be up for doing any of them, I guess, to practice. But power wash would be like washing cars, I think, or washing buildings or something to that effect. Again, that might be part of landscaping. Unfortunately, getting on with that those crews can be gets that hard when you don't have a vehicle. Washing houses, yeah. So sort of part of landscaping. Um, it's probably easy enough to use and do, especially in real life. No, it's not hard task as far as I'm concerned. Um, yeah, but what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to start tailoring, doing specific resumes, customer service resume, like tailor my resume to look a little bit more customer service friendly for if I'm applying for customer service jobs or warehouse, various things like that. Put like warehouse, whatever up top, and then, the jobs, couple jobs related to that, and then just tell me other jobs. You'll have to share your stream ID with me on Thursday. But well, I'm not talking about this Thursday for that. I'm talking about a week from Thursday. Forklift Simulator. Yeah, that one I would. I think I'd like. Uh, and by Thursday, you're obviously talking about the thing. Uh, well, don't we need 4 people for that? Right now, we only have 3, as far as I know. You, me, and Elk. I know. I thought maybe Dillard, but I haven't approached him one way or another. Whether he'd be up for that. Or whether he'd be able to. I think it's more of a guideline than a rule. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we'd have to get a bunch of stuff from Elk because Elk was the one talking about paying for it, so I'd have to get that from him, or just give him your email. Like he's not on a lot of the social medias. This is about the only one I think he's on. Are you really, that joke? Is that the thinking one? And if everybody could hit the like button and share this out, it'd be greatly appreciated too. Although we're coming to the end of the broadcast, but that is all good. I think we've had a good broadcast tonight. Talked about a few different things. Of course, next week there will be the update on this. And actually, next week, next Tuesday, I meet with my employment counselor, and we're even going to be going over this. And hopefully, I will have something written down for her, and it'll even get that even better. Yeah, yeah, that too. There will be definitely an update on that. There will be an update on whether it was a date or not. or whether it was just two friends going out to see a band. I'm done pressing your chat. Should we go back to getting derailed and talking about you? She's not my girlfriend yet. Hopefully soon. Soon, soon, and very soon. There's a song that Anita could sing. Soon and very soon, I'm going to see the King. Hallelujah, hallelujah. For the most part, I even let her decide what she wants to sing, the songs and all that too. You know, I think the only one that I insisted upon was Amazing Grace for the first one. Because it's one everybody knows, although I know Elk isn't fond of it. But yeah, we should have an interesting one. That I don't know. Some ways I'd almost do it now, but I don't want to frighten her off. And it probably would be too soon. Well, we have to see how Sunday goes. How about we say that? We'll get past Sunday and we'll take it one step at a time. Alpha. It's just like with your walk with Jesus, day by day. Okay. don't ask on the first date. Okay, God, I'll stop doing that. Uh, Step by step, every day, step by step, everywhere. I'm messing that up. Day by day? I'm not sure. Uh, uh, so, what do you guys got planned for the week? The rest of the week? Um, that's not how I do things. Well, take it one day at a time. Oh, there's the song I was thinking of. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. Da, da, da. So, I have to finish some editing so I get paid. Oh, cool. You're doing a professional animation, or is that the animation for your schooling? I think you said you were taking animation for schooling. Turning in the invoice to get paid, is that for artwork or something else? Oh, you do pro animation for video games. Ooh. I know you talked about wanting to do a comic, but maybe we can talk about something else. Because I would like to do a video game at some point for Cross Comics, for sure. I've thought of the typical thing that you probably do, but I'd like to do something different too. But I think I would like to do the fighting game, like the Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat type thing. You know, is that the type of animation that you do for those, or do you do a different type of animation for video games? Oh yeah, that and the beat 'em ups or whatever. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't got to do 3D stuff. Yeah, I'm not talking 3D. 3D is more Tekken. At least, I guess I'm more thinking old style Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, like original Street Fighter 2, original Mortal Kombat. I haven't played them in a while, so. Uh, but I'm not sure what I could do. Like, not sure what I could do for Quest type thing or whatever. What other type of video game would lend itself to superhero characters? Goodness one says, step one, you don't want to get married. Step two, you want to go out sometimes. Step three, there's three again. Well, I guess you could have side-scrolling superhero type ones like the old X-Men arcade game. Well, and they had Captain Spider-Man. Did they have a Spider-Man? Or they had the Avengers one, side-scrolling. Like almost like what's the name of it? Dungeon, Double Dragon. I guess I could do something like that. That'd be neat to do too, side-scrolling. I'd like it. Seven heroes. Have the seven major things. Although, actually, I think I can. I can't program code. I can only animate. Yeah, yeah. You get all the sprite. You do all the sprite work, right? Like well, Marsupial Gamer. I'm not sure whether you know who he is, Alpha. He can do that sort of programming. You two together could possibly do some sort of company. I'm not sure. I don't know whether he'd be up for that. I think he's got a pretty good job at the moment or whatever. I'm not sure. He's done coding for video games and all that, from what I know. He's usually on the Vomitorium Metals channel. He's one of the hosts on the panel. He's I think Mondays and Thursdays they're on. Marsupial Gamer is a gross name. Why is it a gross? Oh, Vomitorium. Yeah, yeah, I know. It catches everybody. It does mean just spew forth. So that's what you do when you vomit, right? Spew forth. Yeah, actually, you know what? But I'm not sure whether you're subscribed there, but let me get a link to the Vomitorium for you too. Photos. Let's make it. Oh. Oh, no, no, no! It's not bad. They talk about video games and all sorts of stuff like that. The comic stuff, anime, a bunch of stuff like that. Alpha. It's a good show. The name makes it sound worse than what it is. You would, I'm sure you'd like Marsupio. Metal's been on here a few times on the panel. Um, don't let the name fool you. He's reformatted it. Metal's the main guy, but Marsupio is his co-host. We've got two main shows. Like I said, I think it's Mondays and Thursdays. One is Central Game Junction. That's coming up the 20th, so tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, Thursday, since it's after midnight where I am. And then they have Super Serial Showtime. I guess they talk about anime, TV shows, stuff like that sort of thing. Maybe movies. And that's on Mondays. So a Good Night Spoon's over there sometimes too. He was just over there last night. They're talking bananas on the next episode. But yeah, video games is definitely something I've thought of for Cross Comics since almost 20 years. Is like I've thought of the Mortal Kombat type thing, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter 2. Um, so yeah, the whole X-Men, thing would be neat, especially if I could get it so 7 people could play, and you could have all of my main team together in there. That would be neat. And you go through stages and beat a boss. I'd just have to figure out the bosses for each stage and who would be the ultimate baddie that they have to defeat at the end. Well, I'd have to do that even for a Street Fighter type one. Just you wouldn't have as much detail with the Street Fighter because you might have to do a small little back row. Thanks, Cement. Yeah, so yeah, but yeah, even even if you still want to do a comic, hopefully we can talk about that at sometime in the near future. Work out maybe a price or whatever. I think you've told me your prices off stream. Obviously, I probably inquire once I get working. That's something I probably do. I'll probably go forward with a lot more if I can, afford to pay somebody stuff like that. Because my comics is something that I really do want to take off. And with just me, well, maybe a woman soon, hopefully. Who knows? I'd like to buy that painting with the trees. Oh, oh, of course, I believe you mean this one. Now, there a little mark did get put here accidentally. I had something on top of it when I took it downtown, and it had something on the bottom. Um, so, what is that painting named? I'm not sure. I never really named it. Willie Mays just died. Oh, are you being serious? Uh, I still have it, so whenever you're able to buy it, it didn't sell. There's something. There's an update too. I only sold one thing, one comic on Friday. I thought he might have, but yeah, I sold one comic, one Snowdrift comic to an 8 to 10 year old girl that was on the booth next to me. You know, she was chatting me up almost all the night. Uh, how do I contact you about it? Uh, Email. Are you on Twitter or Twitter? You know, um, well, all my contact information, except for my email, I think should be in there. Twitter is in there. If you're on Twitter, if you're not on Twitter, I think I have to start a new Twitter. There is. I just put my email in the chat, but yeah, if you start a new Twitter, my link is in there. Also, I have Instagram too. That's in there. I'm pretty sure it's in there. Let me see. Yeah, my Discord's in there. My Minds. Yeah, my Twitter, my Instagram is about, I don't know, halfway down or a third. Maybe just over halfway down. He played baseball. Yes, he did. Yeah, and you can even contact me through Instagram. So, but if you want, I can touch the little spot there up. Uh, you can paint over the little spot with more blue plane. Jeez, I was just saying that. It's amazing how we sync up. Oh no, I got mixed up with someone. It's God bless him. Anyway, she died. Oh, Bob Ross would call that a happy accident. Yeah. Yeah, and that reminds me, I did put up a part four, I think, today of five. Yeah, part 4 or 5 for the Prussian Shield. So part 5 of 5 will go up tomorrow. And then on Friday, well, later today, technically, part 5 will go up sometime after midnight. Um, Wednesday, Thursday. Fantastic Four. I did the Fantastic Four emblem. I painted it. That's just a one video. That'll be going up on Thursday. And I might go out Thursday and do some more paintings. Like I said, I didn't sell any, but I still have a few canvases that need to be used, so I will probably do those. And then still try and sell them. I still have them, so doing the paintings for them and going to finish them up doesn't mean isn't gonna. I'll take some time out to do stuff. Where did my? I can't find my house. Oh no, my birthday's not till next. Well, probably not gonna hear from me till. Although I'm gonna be on Mike's show tomorrow. Well, tomorrow. So, but yeah, I guess most of you won't see me till next Tuesday, which will be just past my birthday. So, what the hell is a terse? I don't know what a terse is. But with that, I think I'm going to bid you all adieu because it is like 13 minutes after midnight, which means it's that time. Well, thanks everybody for coming by. It's been a great night with y'all here chatting about what we chat about, which is whatever happened to come up. We had a pretty good night, with a few things that I brought up. That it's today's wordy, okay? Oh, if it's today's wordy, then they should be telling you what it's about. Dang. Be careful with telling ladies your age. I love a chance at dating really beautiful young ladies when I lost a chance. Yeah, I know what you mean. Unfortunately, I accidentally did spill the beans about my age a few weeks ago to her. It is something that I'm concerned about. Usually, sometimes telling ladies that I'm interested, especially when they're a little younger than me. They might not want to date an old fuddy duddy. But anyways, I guess we'll catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful day. Love y'all. We'll see you maybe tomorrow, Mike's. If not tomorrow, Mike's, then next Monday or in my various things. I'm not worried about that. Good night, Spoon. You didn't really impress him that much. Okay. Good night, all. God bless. Love yous.